up. Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, motherfuckers. This is Minx. Suck my balls. Hello, everybody! It's Minx and Great Cloud, and it is Tuesday, September 26, 2017, and there's only one September 26, 2017, like, ever, so fucking celebrating shit. I don't know. Hi, Great
Did
Cloud.
you have a good day?
I did, actually. Could you tell?
No,
No, not at all, right?
Yeah.
No, I did. I had a good day. I worked today, so that was that in and of itself was good. But no, I don't know. Like, I woke up this morning at 4, and I was just like, yay, I'm awake, which never happens ever. And so then it turned into me jamming out to Eminem, shower karaoke, and then car karaoke, because those are important things, right? In the morning to get you up and going. Yeah, everyone knows this happens. And so that's what I did. I freaking had shower karaoke and car karaoke, and it was just a good day. Although my one case today was really kind of tough, just because this person was, how to put this correctly, fat.
That's how you really feel.
No, this heifer literally, whatever. It was just so difficult to do this case because of the extra tissue that was in the way. And it was just like, if you had controlled your eating, we would not be struggling right now. And I know for a fact I'm not the skinniest person out there, but I also know for a fact I'm not the biggest motherfucker out there either, right? So I'm kind of in that I'm in the middle part, which is fine. I don't want to be just like a twig, whatever. But when it gets to the point where you've got to kind of shuffle sideways into a room, you might want to think about your life choices.
Yeah, but you see that, I've seen that a lot since getting out. And, same thing as you, bigger guy and all, but holy shit, there's some big civilians that are employed by the DOD.
Right? Fucking Tyler, but winter is coming, and we need that natural insulation. I mean,
that carries you so far, you still need sustenance.
Right?
I'm just saying.
Fucking, oh my God. So yeah, so it was a good day. Oh, and then yesterday, I had fun yesterday too. I got to practice my witchiness. Cause yeah, so one of the big things that I do is tarot cards, right? And all I'm going to say is I'm fucking batting 1,000 with these bitches, and I love it. Cause it's so I can't help but laugh when people are like, holy fuck, I've got chills. How did you fucking know? I was like, I had no idea. I just shuffled a deck of cards and I dealt 9 of them out. I don't know what to tell you, except, ta-da, it's magic.
Yep, and see, now you got Ali in the mixer chat calling for you to do a reading for him.
Oh, yeah?
Or her, whichever it is.
So, yeah, I was super excited about that, because one of the people I did a reading for was an old NCO of mine, and she was like, I have chills right now. How did you even know? I'm doing this, this, and this. because I'm trying to do this. And I was like, well, apparently it's a good time for it. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck. I don't know. It was good. I like helping people.
It's good.
So, yeah.
Oh, so
How
it sounds
was
like you
your
had
day?
a good day.
I did. How was your day?
So Monday was all right. It was interesting. Just trying to get ahead on everything.
Yes.
And then today was productive. A couple of good meetings. Some projects are going forward.
Fun.
So today was somewhat successful. But yeah, it's a simple day, and school is school, and there's more homework to be done.
Right.
Yeah. But other than that, it was, and then the weekend, there's the weekend. My freaking Hawkeyes got a victory snatched from them on Saturday night. I was so angry. Man, that was a good game.
Freaking yours. Mine was a good game. Go Aggies.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Texas A&M girl. I can't say all the way because, I've only been a fan for the last 3 years. So
What, since moving to Texas?
yeah. Well, I never followed college until I moved to the South, and they were like, "Yeah, no, you have to pick a team," and everyone and their fucking mother goes for the goddamn Longhorns. And I was living in Aggie land, so I was like, "Well, if I don't go for them, I'll probably get stabbed." So I was living with a diehard Aggie fan, or diehard. There we go. Aggie fan. And so it just kind of took. I don't know.
So I've already got as we start to approach our topics here, Doc's already got a question. Why am I wearing a jersey tonight?
Right?
Do we really want to start into
do you want to get into this right now?
Do we already want to start, or do we want to kind of reminisce about how good the weekend was? And
fuck it, let's do it now. Oh yeah, I need to remember to watch my F-bombs.
Fuck it.
All right, so Gray Cloud.
Doc, I'm going to opine on it.
Oh, go get it, girl.
All right, so we're gonna get rolling into this. Hold on. All right, here we go. So this weekend, particularly on Sunday and Monday night football, there was a lot of everybody's determining controversy, okay? So everybody's upset, everybody's pissed off, and everybody wants to make it about one issue or another. So here's the thing, all right? And I thought about this all of Sunday and a good majority of Monday, and then Monday night, and then I thought about it long and hard before I wanted to make an opine about this. And fucking Ollie. CNN. Sorry. So here's the thing, guys. Does anybody actually know what they're protesting? Does anybody actually know what they're supposed to be doing or what they're against and whatnot? And there's a couple of good points out there that have been made by both sides, all right? And you have to actually get through all the freaking bullshit to actually get down to brass tacks of what's going on. So my take it is on this, right? Prior service, I did my time, all right? We served to defend these rights. Okay? I don't care where you side politically. I don't care if you want to take a knee or if you want to stand for the anthem. Okay? We, as veterans and active duty, stood up for these people to do what they're doing. Agree with them or not. So we can either come together and figure this out and learn to respect each other's stances and choices and whatever they want to do or believe, or it's going to tear us apart as a nation and as a community of vets. Now, the one point I will drive home is that no matter where you stand, no matter what side you want to fall on, stay with your convictions. Whether you want to kneel or whether you want to stand or whether you want to just lay down when it happens, I don't care. But stand by your conviction. Stand by what you fucking believe in, and you're no wrong. Excuse me, you're not wrong. And that's where we'll start tonight.
Well, I mean, okay, so we kind of don't fully agree about this, really. I mean, I'm just fucking over it. To be completely honest, I'm fucking over it. I'm stopping all sort of like, but it's, what pisses me off is that it's like a poetic symmetry in that, you know, it was my football team that started all of this nonsense. And then apparently my baseball team has now started doing it. And I'm like, God damn it. So that's fun. But I'm just so over it. Like, yes, they have the right to do what they want. Technically, yes, that is their right to do it. But it's also my right not to deal with it and to not give it any mind and to turn the channel and to be like, well, done with professional sports. Let's switch it back to college.
Agreed.
So that's my stance on it. Is like, all right, I'm done hearing about this. We get it. Everyone's jumping on this whole fucking bandwagon about fucking police discriminating against black people. And apparently, like, you know, the high number of cases where cops shoot black people. That being said, everyone seems to forget this statistics in that you're more likely to get shot by a cop if you're white than you are if you're black, but you know, whatever. Statistics, right? Yeah, fuck it. But I do have to say I kind of laughed this Sunday during the Baltimore game in London. When fucking Ray Lewis, who has murdered an innocent black man, knelt down in protest of cops killing innocent black men. It's like, but you killed an innocent black man.
Hold on. Like, I'm going to jump on that right now.
Did everyone like forget that this happened? Like, you remember? I remember.
So I got that, but that's not what I'm going to jump on for. Want it for?
Oh, God Save the Queen.
No, that's completely different. So,
okay.
If you listen to, again, I listened to a couple of different shows and read a couple of articles. Here's the thing about Ray Lewis, and this is when I go back to stand by your convictions no matter what. Okay, he stated he would never, ever kneel during the national anthem. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what's he do in London? He's down on both knees. Not just one knee, but both knees. For what? He doesn't probably even know. To show solidarity? Where was the solidarity? When it was Kaepernick. When it was, you know, all these other guys that are, you know, joining Kaepernick and his beliefs and whatnot. Got it. Stand by your conviction. You know, and you can't be wrong. You can't be wrong if you at least stand by what you believe in. Not everybody's going to agree with you, and you're not going to agree with everybody else. But stand by what you fucking believe in, for crying out loud. And that's what, and listen to Shannon Sharp. He called him out on it. Called him a fucking hypocrite. And Shannon Sharpe made another good point. You brought it up. Where were all these people when it was happening last year with Kaepernick, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's that.
And then Trump comes out and says this thing. Well, and there's a lot of good points to this. Well, here's the thing, though. Trump attacked the brand. He attacked the shield of the NFL.
Oh, no.
Right. So what's he doing? He's attacking the bottom line of the NFL.
You mean where it's written down in their rules and regulations that all players will stand at attention with their hand over their heart and face the flag?
No.
That organization?
Nope. He is attacking their profit.
Oh, that's right.
32 owners
money
looked at that as an attack on their possible profits for the near future. So there would be a response to defend said profits and your brand. And if there's anything I've learned in one of my current classes is the brand is worth money. And if you let it get tarnished or let it slip away, then it becomes worthless. So you should always protect your brand. Now, I'm still a Broncos fan. Mm-hmm. And this is my Tim Tebow jersey.
Oh, that's another thing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, but I want to.
Now, I understand. The league tried to ostracize him for what he was doing.
Tried?
And, it's a little bit of, like you said, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But here's the thing. Again, if you stand by what you believe in, you are not wrong. Period.
They tried to ostracize him? They fucking did. He played, how many seasons did he play?
Here's the thing. Did he let it get to him? No, he took the higher road. Because that's the kind of man he is.
So, so I wanted to bring up the fact that, all these players from Baltimore and Jacksonville knelt during the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. But then they stood for God Save the Queen.
For the country, the most imperialistic country of all time. If
anyone were to, I don't know, open up a fucking history book, would realize that country is pretty much responsible for bringing all of the African slaves to the New World, to include the U.S. I mean, you're gonna kneel for our anthem, which I fucking, everyone always fucking brings up like, oh, in other verses this song's fucking racist. Well, okay, those other verses are not part of our anthem. Like, we chose the good part. Like, let's fucking, we understand that shit got froggy a little bit down on the song, which is why we cut that shit out.
And it's not a song, it's actually a poem.
A poem, sorry. And but yeah, freaking, we're not gonna stand for that one, but god damn it, we're gonna stand for the most imperialistic empire to ever be around.
If they would have had Death Star, they'd have been the First Order.
Good lord. I understand, some of these people are just, they're not fucking smart. They were good at football, which is how they got a scholarship to college. And then because they were good at football, their teachers probably just turned a blind eye oh, this guy's a fucking moron. But god damn it, he's helping our team win. So D.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, of course not, right?
Yeah. Now, I tell you some interesting. Okay, so I'm going to address some comments here. So, Doc, I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know there's another one where there's I think a middle school or high school volleyball player taking a knee during the national anthem. I saw that. Ali, it's an interesting point that you bring it up because I was going to address that quick. I said this last night in the Mixer chat during ICE's show, and I know ICE is boycotting the NFL. And love him or hate him, the President of the United States has done more in the past 8 months to get people involved in politics and what is going on in the nation than ever before, I want to say. You actually have people being involved and want to know what's going on, and they want to try and make a difference. Okay? And everybody gets pissed off and they don't understand. And something else I heard today is that, we can't make a change. Bullshit. Again, we've talked about this before. Learn learn how the recall election process works in your state. And if you don't like the way your elected officials, i.e. your senators and your representatives, are running things, learn what it takes to recall them and make it happen. There are many cases in the past 5 to 6 years where recalls elections have been successful. Not only did they actually get recalled, but then people got to vote. And here's the other thing. There's a double-edged sword here. So if you force them to recall and it doesn't look pretty for them, like it's going to happen, they can choose to resign. And if they resign, then the governor gets to pick the seat. So usually it stays within the party affiliation, or the party gets to repopulate the seat. But if they are forced to recall, then the people get to vote. And you can vote in whatever candidates are running at that point. So I don't buy the narrative that there's nothing we can do. These are the people we elected. Bullshit. Read up on what it takes to recall your officials if that's what you really want to do and you really want to make a difference. Start with that. Learn what it takes to make a fucking change and go forward.
I don't mean to laugh, but good Lord. Gray Cloud rants matter.
Where's that at?
I just said it. I don't know if anyone else did. Oh. But good Lord. That needs to be like a new trending hashtag. Hashtag Gray Cloud rants matter. All right. So I kind of want to start like a segment during our show in this week's dumbass.
Shit.
I'm going there. So, for those of you who are unaware, this week's Dumbass Award goes to this young man right here. Now, this young man is named Spencer Rapone, and he is a graduate of West Point and an infantry officer. And it has, as you can see, has apparently taken up communism and or the Democratic Socialists of America Party or whatever, which again, their end goal is, wait for it, communism. Which is why anyone who's like, oh no, I'm not a socialist, I'm a democratic socialist. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're a communist, right? Good. This is good. This is going to end really well for you. So, yeah, so this is him in, yeah. This is him. So, he, in the wake of the recent NFL protests, this West Point graduate and infantry officer tweeted out the following image with the caption, #Veterans for Kaepernick. Disgusting display from an officer. One Twitter user noted that West Point cadets are under contract with the DoD, going on to state that Rapone's actions are punishable under UCMJ because Rapone is making political statements while in uniform. So, some of the Twitter responses is, hey, @RealDonaldTrump, can you pass this along to Secretary Mattis? He may want to know what about open communists in the ranks. And then, I accidentally clicked on one of like the pictures from this article, and it like took me to his Twitter page, and I thought I was gonna get like investigated by the FBI for like communist actions, but apparently he's still around. So, but yeah, so this fucking dumbass, Grey Cloud, I know you've got something to say.
So here's a part of my safety brief that I usually give from the main page is that stupid hurts. Stupid hurts even more if you end up on our page.
Right.
For a radio show.
And you done ended up on our page and the radio show. So, yeah.
So it was nice. I'm sure you had a nice run.
Right.
While you was at it.
Oh, yeah. And another person, this guy named Jeff Martin, posted on Twitter the Commandant of West Point's email. And said, email him and let him know how you feel. Make this guy famous.
Well, there you go.
Right?
Look at that. He doesn't even selfie correct the correct way. I mean, come on. Nobody sits in front of a fucking mirror anymore.
Right? Who does that? I think maybe he did that simply because he wanted to get, the name of the book in the correct format or, in the correct way. I don't know.
Well, apparently it's the Communist Manifesto, and well, if you read it, then that'd be impressive.
I don't know. I'm just congratulations. What was your name again? I already forgot. Spencer with 2 S's.
Former lieutenant.
Right? The former. God.
The person formerly known as lieutenant.
Right? The person formerly known as Lieutenant Rapone. You done goofed.
Sorry, so all I can think is Rapone not gonna work here anymore.
Right? Nope. So good luck holding your job, because officers can get fired.
Yeah, happens a lot actually.
Good luck, dude.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yeah.
You done fucked up. But yeah, okay. So honestly, like, I understand. I do. I get the appeal of communism. I do. In theory, where everything is spread equally amongst everybody, sounds amazing.
And it works on paper.
On paper, yes. On paper, it's flawless. Now, execution-wise, I believe we've had countless examples of how this doesn't work.
Well, yeah, because people get executed.
Well, I mean, there's that. But then there's also, genocide. And then there's also the fact that every communist nation is actually, by definition, a dictatorship.
Oh, yeah. Those are just like, nuances.
I mean, right? Because in theory, what I learned in fucking high school history, right, is that in communism, there is no leader. Everybody is the same rank. In real life, that does not happen. There's always going to be a boss, and then the boss's boss, and then the boss's boss's boss, and then the CEO. Because we can't all be fucking chiefs. It doesn't work that way. Nothing gets done. So, again, I get the appeal of communism, but I'm not fucking dumb enough to be like, oh yeah, let's fucking... No, because it's not gonna fucking work. Like, again, countless examples of how it doesn't fucking work. Open a fucking book, and like, not that red one. Like, not the book he's holding. Don't open that book. Like literally almost any other book.
Well,
I said almost.
Okay.
I said almost.
Another great example. But,
But yeah. Oh, this fucking dumbass. I think this is going to be like a new segment for us.
The weekly dumbass.
The dumbass of this week.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so did you happen to hear about a shooting in Tennessee?
I did. Actually, I did hear about that shooting in Tennessee.
Did anybody else? Because nobody reported about it. Nobody. Like, I have not seen it on any mainstream news source that I follow on, like, Facebook or whatever. I haven't seen anybody fucking talk about it.
So I did a quick search.
Mm-hmm.
See here. So ABC News and Fox News picked up the story on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I find an older one than that. And the AP didn't pick it up until yesterday.
Ooh, interesting. I wonder why.
Hmm.
Could it be that it doesn't go along with the narrative?
You know what?
Well, maybe. Maybe because what happened is in Antioch, Tennessee, a church shooter, 25-year-old Emmanuel Kadega Sampson, whom they say fatally shot a woman in a parking lot before entering the church and firing indiscriminately at others. And I'm getting this article from Breitbart. Breitbart reported that one person was killed and several were wounded during Sampson's alleged attack. According to ABC News, Nashville Metro Police spokesman Don Aaron said Sampson was wearing a neoprene half mask and drove an SUV into the parking lot of Burnett Chapel Church of Christ. He said Sampson arrived in the parking lot and first fatally fired at a woman walking to her car. He then entered the church where he shot and wounded others. The attack was interrupted by 22-year-old Robert Engel, an usher of the church. Engel wrestled Sampson, and during the confrontation, Sampson was shot in the left pectoral with his own gun. Engel then ran out to his car to retrieve his own gun in order to confront Sampson again. Police say there is no known relationship between Sampson and the congregation. Now, the really interesting part, which again goes against the narrative that fucking mainstream media wants to put out, is that this man, Sampson, immigrated to the United States from Sudan about 2 decades ago. So, and like to furthermore be like, this goes against the narrative, there were some comments like when this story first broke out, and I'm going to read some of them. Wanna bet 1, the shooter is a white male, and 2, dead victim is his ex-partner. So hope I'm wrong, but if I'm right, hashtag Nashville shooting. Another said, I bet the shooter was white. And then another one said, suspect arrested equals white shooter. If they were any other race, they would have already been dead. What world are we living in? Well, all these racist bitches would be shocked to know that Emmanuel was in fact black, considering he's from Sudan. Which I just find fucking hilarious. Like, oh, you're gonna be like, it's a white shooter. It's not, though.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that happened. But yeah, I haven't really seen it anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't.
Since
haven't either. And the AP picked up only yesterday. It looks like.
But I mean, since they identified the shooter and realized, oh, he's black and a refugee.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yep. No, I completely agree. Now, here's the other interesting part, is that the FBI has opened a cil rights investigation.
Oh?
I want to say that's what they're looking at in opening. Yeah, stand by.
Oh. What? Hello, can I help you? Hi, Jenna. Your fucking dog. They're everywhere.
FBI opened civil rights investigation into deadly Tennessee church shooting.
Oh.
Was picked up by the CBS News.
Oh. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh. Hello, Jenna.
Yeah.
Say hi. Say
So
hello.
that's interesting.
Why civil rights? Oh,
Lord only knows.
go away. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Nah. Maybe he was angry because Joe Osteen didn't open his church in time.
Right? Maybe. I don't know.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I saw an advertisement with his picture on it.
I mean, that might have been it. So before we go on break here, well,
Right.
break's in like 20 minutes. But I know, like, something that made me so happy yesterday is when Bradley Manning tweeted out a picture of his rejection letter from Canada.
Oh my God, that's awesome!
and he captioned it, and he sounded genuinely and thoroughly confused as to why he could not immigrate to Canada and why he was denied access to that country. He was like, I being turned away for treason because I got convicted for treason? What? No shit, dude. Like, yeah. Like, maybe you weren't fucking convicted of actual treason, but you did violate the Espionage Act, which is a form of treason.
Yes.
So, yeah, in all actuality, yeah, you fucking committed treason, dude.
Let's see.
I refuse to call him by, or identify him as a chick because he's not.
He is inmate Manning.
Right?
Yep.
I won't do it.
Convicted of commercial of violations of Espionage Act and other offenses after disclosing to WikiLeaks nearly 750,000 classified or unclassified but sensitive military and diplomatic documents. So a majority of the charges fell under the Espionage Act, and obviously they nailed him for Article 92 and Article 134. Article 134, you just throw whatever you want under it,
catch-all.
and that's the catch-all.
Right? Ugh, that fucking one.
Mm-hmm. It's what most soldiers get, Article 15 for.
The fucking catch-all. Like, if anything not specifically stated here, it's gonna go into 134. But no, I want to know, one, why he thought he was gonna get allowed in, and two, why he's so fucking flabbergasted that he got rejected.
Canada, eh?
They did something right.
There's some good allies up there, eh? And they viewed it as a very serious offense, and they understand the way some of our laws are written, obviously, because they have lawyers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they did view it as
treason.
Treason Act. The way he wrote that, and he was completely, like you said, he was completely flabbergasted that they turned him away and denied him entry into Canada. Mm-hmm. But it is a form of treason. Granted, treason is its own charge under Title 18 United States Code. So was he actually charged with treason and convicted? No, but he was charged with other acts that can be construed as treason, i.e. espionage. Mm-hmm. He was charged under the Espionage Act and pled guilty to 10 of 22 charges. And those are the ones that he ended up getting sentenced to 35 years in prison for, and then he was commuted. And that's a whole another ball of wax.
Right. But yeah, so the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, declined to comment on any specific case at a news conference and said he looked forward to seeing more details about this situation.
Good.
But yeah, the end of the article that I found, like the last two statements is like during his incarceration, Manning battled for and won the right to start hormone treatment. She, which should be he, has now cropped blonde hair and a decidedly feminine look. No, he's just always looked like a fucking fairy.
Well,
no, if you look at pictures of him pre-hormonal treatment and after starting hormone treatment, he looks the same. He's always looked like a fairy, which makes me wonder, does he suck a dick?
So I pulled up the what is the fucking Wikipedia on him, and it was updated recently because it's got his denied entry into Canada. So yeah. So this is what this is from the Wikipedia. So now Wikipedia's gotten better because it does start citing sources now, but it's still Wikipedia.
Right.
On September 22nd, 2017, Manning was denied entry to Canada from the United States because of criminal record. According to a letter from Canadian immigration officials posted online by Manning is inadmissible due to being convicted of offenses equivalent to treason in Canada. That's where they got him. So they view his crimes here in the U.S. as the equivalent of treason in Canada. Manning told Reuters that Manning had planned to vacation in Montreal and Vancouver, but was stopped at Quebec border crossing by the Canada Border Services Agency on the evening of September 21st and detained overnight. Manning said Manning would retain a Canadian lawyer to challenge the inadmissibility finding before a Canadian tribunal. And I removed the pronouns and just used the last name. So that's why it sounded weird, Nation. Because the Wikipedia page has the pronoun as she. And shitty eyebrows. Spanky.
What?
In the mixer chat.
Oh my god.
She goes, and shitty eyebrows, going off of your comments.
Right. Tyler says,
try to update the page.
Can we, dear God, deport him to a country with no media access? Please.
Stranger things have happened to people. I'm just saying.
Right. But I'm so...
Cause brings up a good point in the mixed chat. Is it higher or lower? Well, that's to be... I don't want to say it's higher or lower. I want to say they interpreted the crimes that he committed equivalent to those that would be cited for treason in Canada.
Yeah, so he got sentenced to 35 years.
35 years was the original sentence.
For what he did here, whereas in Canada, he was looking at a max... hello. I'm so sorry. She is being quite demanding right now. In Canada, his max sentence would have been 14. But anyone who has been convicted of a crime and has been sentenced to longer than 10 years in prison is denied entry into Canada per their laws.
So at this point, he has been convicted and sentenced. his sentence was commuted by the previous administration, specifically President Obama, who commuted his sentence. Now,
he wasn't pardoned, though, which means that his conviction still stands, and his sentencing for the 35 years still stands, even though he got commuted down to the 3 or the 4 or whatever. Or how many? 7? I don't fucking know.
Whatever it was, time served plus 4 months.
Yeah. So his sentencing still stands. It's just President Obama said, all right, that's long enough. And pretty much got him out on parole.
Right. And what a lot of people don't understand is he is still in the Army, technically.
Right.
We'd have to pull his record. So because he is still entitled to his due process and his appeals process.
Oh, that's right. God damn it.
Till all those are exhausted, he remains in the military. And I forget what his actual status is considered. I'd have to find it. But it's actually on the page. Hold on, I'll find it.
I think it's excess leave.
Spanky, you got it?
I believe it's excess leave. I would have to double check, but I believe he's considered on excess leave right now.
Yeah, it's excess leave without pay.
Right. Anytime you're on excess leave, you're not getting paid, no matter if you're a convicted traitor or not.
Right. Oh, yeah, there it is. Manning was released from Fort Leavenworth Detention Center at approximately 02 local time on 17 May. Although sentenced during court-martial to be dishonorably discharged, Manning was reportedly returning to active unpaid excess leave status while Manning's appeal is pending. However, in July 2017, Manning tweeted from Manning's verified account, I am not in the Army. Well, meh. He can call it whatever. But if he still has an appeal pending, he's in the military. So, again, he's on excess leave. He's not being paid.
Well, that's good.
He doesn't have to, as far as I know, and we have to bring in the JAG for, get some actual clarification on it. But he doesn't really report to a duty. He really does. He just kind of whatever. But once his appeals are finalized, right, and if the conviction stands and the sentencing stands, he will be dishonorably discharged and forfeiture of all pay and allowances.
Right.
Now, what if his appeal wins?
No, don't you? No. You.
Let me
don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, nobody wants to think about that notion.
But yeah, no, Spanky, for real, his eyebrows are hideous. Just saying.
Absolutely. No self-respecting woman would have those kind of eyebrows.
No, not at all. Like, at all. And, get a training bra. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro.
Like, honestly, you, sir, or Bradley Manning, you're getting some man titties. I don't know if, I should throw, an ace bandage at you to, wrap that shit up, because nobody wants to see man titties.
But
with those eyebrows. Ugh.
Yeah, that would be that's interesting, cause I mean, I'm pretty sure there are certain things, they probably make sure he's still alive. But other than that, I don't know. We'd have to bring in the JAG to figure out what actually would constitute his status and the legal requirement for him to either report or for the DOD to check on him.
I can just say from just the experience, I know of 2 other cases of excess leave just personally, and one had to do with it was a soldier that was in our battalion, and they had a natural disaster back home, and we obviously had our soldier check in once a week just to let us know he was alive. He didn't have the leave, and we did put him into excess leave, and that was I think we had to go up to our brigade commander to get that approved. But,
right.
That was just us personally. But no, he wasn't getting paid. He didn't have the leave. He couldn't go that any further in the hole. He had already had, he'd only been in the Army 2 years, and he just didn't have enough leave. But again,
it's a unit taking care of a soldier.
Right.
That's the unit doing the right thing to help out a soldier.
The other was Oh, yeah. Yeah. The other was a contestant that went on Survivor years ago. I can't remember his name. He was a captain, and he got kicked off for eating beef jerky. I mean, well, that's what the other people kicked him off the island for. He went on excess leave to go on Survivor. So I don't know what his reporting requirements were.
Which season was this?
Oh, it was years ago.
It was one of the first couple seasons.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna have to watch it.
And here's the thing about those two is those units probably cared how those soldiers were doing, or those service members were doing. Meh.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
Right. Ugh. So.
Yeah.
We have a guest tonight.
We do.
We do. So for those of you who do not know, as you can see on this graphic right there, Brad Hubbard is going to be on, and he is from Mission 22. I'm so sorry. The dogs are just all fucking around me because obviously if I'm home, they have to be on top of me or touching me in some form or fashion. So I just had all 3 dogs try to sit under the desk right now. I'm so sorry. So Brad Hubbard is a veteran, and he is one of the founders of Mission 22, and he is going to be on to discuss what Mission 22 does for our veterans. He's also going to talk about an upcoming bike ride, Loretta Lynn's Ride for Mission 22. So that's coming up here after the break. So everybody sit tight. I'm going to make sure that I restart everything. So enjoy the music while it's up. And we shall see you here in about 8 minutes. So just kidding, like 11. Just kidding. So, all right. See you guys soon.
it all wrong. I know I'm breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier, Green Beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see the day. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media betrayed me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. A few are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see, and like you need, I need, and like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Only wished you could
everybody. And I am joined by Brad Hubbard. Hello, Brad.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, of course. So, you're from Mission 22. And we do have some people who are civilians and don't know. So if you could really quickly, or, however long you want to take, really, for those that don't know, what is Mission 22 and what all do you guys do to help out the veteran community?
All right, perfect. Yeah, thank you. So Mission 22, in the name itself, the VA reported 22 veterans commit suicide every day. Now, the latest number published by the VA is 20 veterans commit suicide every day. We can get into arguments about the numbers all day long. We don't care. We're going to take action now. So we have 3 different programs with Mission 22. Mm-hmm. So the first program is veteran treatment. So we're into endobiogeny. If veterans want to get off medication, don't want to feel like a zombie, want to get rid of migraines, want to sleep better, need help with their anxiety, and whole body wellness there. And the nice thing about that, they can do it from the comfort of their home via Skype or cell phone with the doctor that we have out of Chicago. And then we have the Veterans Rehab Project, which is hyperbarics chamber therapy for traumatic brain injury, to force oxygen into the system, into dead parts of the brain cells to bring them back to life. And I want to put out a disclaimer, I'm no doctor, so but have gone through these programs myself. Secondly, and then we partner with other organizations such as We Defy or Save a Warrior, war detox programs, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, CrossFit community, all types of different things, EMDR doctors, equine therapy, whatever the case may be, because we know one shoe doesn't fit all. So if a program doesn't work, we'll sponsor you through another program. And if you find something that you think will work for you, we'll pay that bill so you can get the treatment that you deserve now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and then secondly is our War at Home Memorial. Mm-hmm. It's a memorial that'll be traveling the country. It was up in Bandera, Texas. Mm-hmm. Now it's going to go to Norfolk, Virginia. It's a 1,000-pound piece of steel, 10 feet tall, cut out silhouettes of veterans that have committed suicide with their family's permission to show how big the problem is and how much empty space it is. Because without awareness, change can't happen. And showing how much empty space it is and sharing the stories and bringing the community together to talk about it and to let these veterans know that there's no shame in the way that they feel and that it's okay, and others feel the same way and are getting help now. So it's okay to be humble and vulnerable to reach out for help. And then third is our social awareness. Mm-hmm. So letting everybody know what's going on. And with that, we created an ambassador program. And these ambassadors are not micromanaged by us. We're a very small grassroots veteran-run nonprofit organization. So these ambassadors in their communities are creating their own communities, whereas they might have been through problems or they might have their own issues where they can spread it to somebody coming in during that transition out of the service and possibly get those connections, get them into what they're wanting to do, let them know it's okay and let them know that they're there for them. So that's kind of a big deal. We couldn't do any of the work that we do without the ambassadors that we have. And the ambassadors aren't just veterans. Ambassadors are civilians as well.
Okay. So how and when was Mission 22 started and why?
So Mission 22 was started by the founders, Mike Kissel and Magnus Johnson, about 5 years ago. Both combat veterans, Green Berets. Mike Kissel is still serving in the National Guard as a Green Beret. So essentially, they had their own struggles, and one of Magnus's mentor that he was telling his stories to and allowing to committed suicide because Magnus was consumed in so much of his own. He didn't recognize the triggers of what was going on with his mentor. So with that, he started to look in the mirror, and Mike and everybody else saying, "What are we doing? We aren't doing anything." And then that's when the research came and found out that 22 veterans commit suicide a day, and we couldn't believe it. So it started in a garage, and from there, what can we do? What can warriors do to help warriors out and not feel that shame anymore? And it started out with a art memorial piece called Soaring, which is in Nashville, Indiana. And it's 22 leaves to represent the 22 veterans. But in that process, a lot of healing took place. So it enabled everybody to get involved. So politicians got involved, the local government got involved, civilians got involved, local veterans started coming out of their homes and getting involved and putting this together and all putting their hand in the puzzle of creating this masterpiece that thousands of people will see every year while they're vacationing, and they're able to create something out of nothing, and that becomes infinite, and they can tell their story through this art there. So they didn't want to stop there. They didn't want to stop with the awareness, and they didn't want to stop with the art. And that's kind of how I got involved. I was struggling at the time, and Magnus and a couple other from Mission 22 came to my house at my deepest, darkest moments, and then got me into these war detox programs, Save a Warrior, and then the endobiogeny and different programs, and funded me through it. And it was working. So they wanted at the same time to help me, but at the same time, I guess I was helping them out a little bit, validating these other nonprofits and other organizations to make sure they're legit and not fitting the veteran bill and not knowing like the exact words to say for the entire group, but to get individualized plan for you because we are individuals.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, I'm so sorry. Like I'm in the medical field. So what all, if you don't mind me asking, and obviously if you don't want to share, you don't have to, what sort of treatment did you go through with Mission 22?
So I went through Save a Warrior, which is a 6-day war detox program. It's another veteran-run organization, nonprofit. It costs $3,500 to put somebody in the seat. It's a 6-day retreat that was in Malibu, California. Mission 22 sponsored that bill, so you learn tools for team building, team trusting, meditation, equine therapy. And the list can go on and on and on there. And then I got into the endobiogeny, and with that, I found out that I had adrenaline fatigue, and that was what was putting me in flight or fight response quite a bit and giving me the anxiety and the panic attacks and having to take multiple medications to be able to cover that, and then feeling like a zombie with those medications. And then debilitating migraines, not sleeping, hypervigilance, the list can go on. But with that program, I was able to successfully be able to get off my medications, not feel like a zombie. Anxiety is controllable. I don't have to take medication for it anymore. I can actually live. I can go out into public. They also helped with a service dog as well to help with social anxiety that I had as well, and able to conquer that. So a bunch of different things. I'm actually able to live today free and not have to worry about going in the public, and to be an American again and not be so hypervigilant and have trust in society again.
Yeah. Great Cloud, you wanted to say something.
So Brad, your mission is awesome. I've been reading on it while you're speaking and giving the background to our audience. I looked at the war at home photos with those memorials. That speaks volumes to just the impact that somebody taking their own life has, and to see it visually represented like that is very, very moving.
Thank you.
The mission's awesome, and I just started reading about the Leaf project you guys did, but the questions are starting to pour in. I've got 2 questions for you, if you don't mind, from our Mixer chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first one is, what things can you do or do you do to assist active duty members who seem to have issues with leadership who hinder the process?
So that's a great question. So we currently have 5 active duty members in our endobiogeny plan. One right now just got back from a deployment and is going to deploy again soon. So when you sign up for these programs, we are not part of the government. We do not give your records to the government. It's a personalized doctor. We don't see your records. So it is all strictly personal basis. All you have to do is sign up. We can get you into the program. And the one that has been pretty successful with the active duty is the endobiogeny, because you can schedule the appointments on your time and you can do it wherever you want via FaceTime or Skype. That way you don't have to worry about that stigma of going to mental health resources there, or losing your security clearance, or being separated from the group. You can actually get the help right now and not have to worry that the word's going to get out and be separated from the group, because a lot of times that happens. I mean, I was afraid to go to leadership to let them know what was going on, just because I didn't want to be separated from the group. And I had a lot of pride that I should be able to fix this myself. But over time, filling out, you got to be humble. You need a group to help you out. So absolutely, with the active duty, your leadership, nobody else will know. It'll be completely confidential, safe, and free for you to do that, and you can do it on your own time.
Awesome.
That's amazing. I love really the fact that it's confidential.
Yeah. So, and that's part of the aspect I didn't touch. So Mike Kissel is active duty with us now. So he's National Guard, and so he deploys quite a bit. But when he does, he's with this group, and he's kind of talking about what he does, and not saying you need help or anything. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people have come out and been like, okay, these are the things. So, if we can do these things sooner rather than later, it doesn't become such a problem or deficit, a couple years after service.
Great Cloud, what was your other question?
Well, it was from, so the first one was from Remy there in the chat, and then Ali, and it seems to answer both those questions a little bit. I want to wait to see if they have any other follow-up. But my question, I'm looking at your intel for vets. These are a lot of great different steps and opportunities for soldiers and vets to seek that help you were talking about, and to actually reach out. To address Ali's question in the Mixer chat, and I can understand this a little bit, is how do you approach somebody who can understand that they might need help, but that stigma is there, and or they don't want to be outed. I do remember you mentioning the confidentiality thing, but is there another way to approach it? Is there an intervention of some kind that can be brought to you guys via third party, like a concerned friend or family?
It happens all the time. So I can use my case, for example. I allowed this to go on for 10 years with alcohol, the medications and everything else, and then I tried to quit it all on my own, and then that's when the suicidal ideation came in. It was actually my wife that reached out, and the majority of the forms that get filled out online is from the wife, the spouse, a family member, this and that, which is absolutely fine. But we do have to talk to that veteran to have that willingness to be able to do it. The family can't complete the steps of going through the treatment, so we do in it. It can be a short 4-minute call. So. And it'll be me that'll be talking to them. So I'm completely open. We listen. We don't judge. We all have our own demons, own stories, whatever. And as well, on our application, it asks if you had an honorable discharge. We don't care. It's on there just for legality, but we don't care because there's a lot of people that were lucky that didn't get a dishonorable discharge because of these of the PTS that accumulates into drugs, alcohol, DUIs, etc. Failing to comply just because you're struggling and you're not reaching out and other people didn't see the symptoms. So absolutely, you can reach out and intervene that. Then we have a private Facebook page for the spouses of Mission 22 that they can get into. And then we are looking into programs right now for family members because PTS doesn't just affect the veteran, it affects the entire family, and it affects the community. Does that answer your question? I got off track.
I think it does, and I think it's going to help our audience a lot. I got another question from our Facebook Live. JD in our Facebook Live chat has a very interesting point, and I think this is a very valid question. As somebody who has never served but is a police officer and a crisis intervention guy, what do you suggest on how to approach a vet who might be having an issue, or to approach those vets and help them in their situation, to help them find help? And I would further ask, on top of that, is there training out there for first responders and crisis intervention guys to go get to deal with vets if they know it's a vet that they're responding to?
Yeah, absolutely. So first part of that question is never, and everybody has a different approach on this. So, and I'm not a crisis interview guy, but let them know that you're there for them. Don't treat them any different. As soon as you start treating them different, like they think, or they could possibly think that you think they have an issue, or they're not strong enough, or they're weak, and you're validating their thoughts that are going in their head. So don't treat them any different. Just smother them with love, compassion, and support. And be able to listen, be an active listener. A lot of times just sitting around and listening, and even though it might be a little bit uncomfortable in quiet space, typically somebody will start talking. As far as the training goes, there's all types of training. You can Google all over the place for suicide prevention, suicide interaction. There is a VA crisis line for suicide. We've heard some bad things with it. I can't harp on it because I've never used it, but we reached out to another veteran-owned nonprofit that does crisis intervention 24/7, and the phones are answered by veterans. And this isn't only for veterans; it's for family members, support groups, whatever the case may be, and they can give you guidance on how to approach things. And that's 855-VET-TALK 24/7 anytime you want to talk to them. We've heard great stories. They have a lot of connections with other veteran organizations where you can go and do a one-stop shop. But yeah, there's definitely training all over the place. We're currently getting in our own training because we're starting to get bigger. Oregon Health Science is the one that we're using. Any university you can use. There's seminars that go on pretty much every weekend or 1 week in a month nationwide. So the training's out there. There's resources out there. But smother the veteran or Leo with compassion, support, praise. We focus on the veteran aspect. If we had a lot of money, we would jump into the Leo, but our purpose is strictly with the veterans.
So I would like to get to your upcoming event with Loretta or Lynn. And I just have so many questions. Like, one, how did you guys even hook up with Loretta Lynn to do this?
It's pretty amazing, right? So
yeah, she's
they actually came to us, believe it or not. So this will be the first concert since Loretta's stroke. So it's kind of a big deal to her, and she wanted to choose a beneficiary to receive the donations to be able to impact people's life, and they chose us, and we are forever grateful. We're blown away just as much as anybody else. That's a big deal.
That's amazing that she reached out to you guys for this.
Right.
So oh my God. One, and then two, she's putting on another concert. Oh my God. And then, okay. So, sorry. I'm kind of fangirling
You're
out
more than welcome to come.
I know, right? Okay. So, what is this event and when is it? Where is it? Give me all the details.
So it is this weekend. It starts Friday. The part that's for Mission 22 is on Sunday. So we got 20 different locations with 22 bikes from each location driving from the ranch from different parts of the state. And then it's a meetup at the ranch, and then we will have the concert and just get together and everybody have a good time. That's what it's about, is, taking the emphasis on how deep and dark it is and making something so powerful and for people to be happy and, happy to talk about it, but at the same time being able to enjoy themselves and getting veterans out of their homes that are coming to the event as well, and just bringing a whole community together in one location. It's a big deal.
Oh my goodness. That's just... I can't make it up to Tennessee this weekend, and I'm so bummed. I want to be there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we are truly blessed and truly blown away, and we cannot thank Loretta Lynn enough, and her entire organization that's been working with us diligently to make this go without a hiccup. It's been an awesome experience.
So we've got a couple questions in our Facebook Live comments. Is this happening in Nashville? A lot of people, I guess, don't know where her ranch is.
So it's probably about 45 minutes out of a ranch. You can Google Loretta Lynn's ranch. It'll pop up on pretty much every browser that you can possibly imagine, with directions already there. So it is fairly close to Nashville, only about 45 minutes away.
Oh, my goodness. I have friends up stationed at Campbell, so I'm going to be like, oh, my God, you have to be there this weekend. You have to go. You have to go. And if she doesn't, I'm going to kick her ass.
There you go.
Right? I will do it, too.
So we'll have a bunch of ambassadors there as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing ambassadors in from all over the country as well. So it's kind of neat getting these state leaders together and kind of talking amongst the group and actually putting a name to the face, coming together, and veterans from everywhere coming together. It's going to be a great time.
Oh my gosh. So who is this event open to? Is it open for just everybody, or specifically veterans or active duty?
It's open to everybody. You can purchase tickets as you come in. We'll have people at the gate, and yeah, so it's open.
That's so. How can we, as a veteran nation, because the majority of WTF Nation it's either veteran or active duty. We do have some civilians that do come through, but how can we, as WTF Nation Radio, how can we help out Mission 22, and how can our listeners help you guys out?
So go to www.mission22.com. If you are hurting right now, there's hope. Fill out an application for the treatment. I promise if it doesn't work, we can find something else. And also, there's a donation page there. We can't do this work without the donations to be able to allow these veterans to get these treatments free. Unfortunately, the dollar speaks volumes, and it does pay the way for the veterans to get the help. So, and you can donate strictly into the programs, or you can donate strictly to Mission 22. That's your choice. We are 88% of our money of the dollar goes straight into the veteran programs. So we are decentralized to keep our costs down, so we can get the money straight into the veterans that need the help.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing! I love. I know I say this a lot, but I don't know. Okay, so. I will confess, as you were telling me, just your story, I almost started crying.
No.
Thank
you.
I mean, I'm so happy you're still here,
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
It sucks knowing that, all of our brothers and oh, hold on. Apollo! Sorry, my fucking dog is, chewing and gotten into something that he's not supposed to. Which he would do right now, wouldn't you, asshole? But no, it sucks knowing that our brothers and sisters are doing this, and it's because they either don't know where to turn to for help, or they're ashamed.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. And I can say it now, but when I was in the mess, I definitely felt ashamed and not worthy. But I can assure you, everybody is worthy. You're needed in the community. Everybody needs you. It's huge. So, yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Sorry. I don't know if you're watching the Facebook Live video right now, but my dog, or one of them, has decided to say hello.
So, Brad, my biggest takeaway from everything on this is that, and what personally, from my standpoint, what vets and guys on active duty and everybody needs to hear is they want to hear that success story, because that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of not being successful. They're afraid of not being able to go forward, and they're afraid of failure. And you're here. You are a success story. And you are living, breathing that this program works and it helps out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the vets that are ambassadors or part of Mission 22 or whatever have gone through these programs with their own struggles to make sure that it is working, and there's no reason to shame. And failure is part of the game. It's okay to fail, and it's okay to get better. And one day at a time. There's no magic pill for this. Just got to be willing, humble, and vulnerable. And I know from the male perspective, we have a lot of problems with being vulnerable and showing weakness. This is not a weakness. This is your strongest attribute, to be vulnerable, to share that story, because we need to hold the space to be able to allow that story to come out.
Agreed. The success stories are what will encourage vets and active duty guys to seek that help, seeing their brothers and sisters be successful at it, and making that turn that they need to make to be better in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm trying to think of what other events. Sorry, my hair is all fucked up. Thanks, Apollo. What other events are coming up for Mission 22? Like big events like this.
So you've heard of Grunt Style, right?
I have.
So
Right?
Grunt
I
Style
think
is
so,
putting
like-
on a 2A gun competition outside of Chicago, Illinois, the weekend of October 7th on that Saturday. And then after that, we kind of get a little slow in the winter months. This is kind of our busy time of year. We just came off a couple big ones. So Fresh Time Supermarkets put on a huge event. They are a huge veteran supporter, and they preferably hire veterans as well, which is amazing. So we're working with these civilian people that are for veterans and looking to hire veterans as well. And then we just did outside of DC a Tommy Simpson Classic for a fallen vet put on by Ambassadors, which he is one of the 22, and his parents were there, which was extremely humbling and supporting the cause. It's a tough conversation to have, but they were there supporting it so others can reach out for help. So pretty much the Grunt Style, and then after that, there is one. It's a Jeep club that's in California or Florida. They're ambassadors of Mission 22, and they're huge in the Jeeps. And they got a Jeep club that they're doing a ride down the coast down there right now in January. I know tough times down there due to the hurricanes and everything else, and just the amazing response from these ambassadors. David Wood, the ambassador that's leading it, he's a civilian that lives in the Florida Keys, and his house was impacted, and he is putting veterans before himself and still going forward with this event and wanting to do it. So it's just amazing how much the community actually cares and is being there.
That's amazing. Oh, those sound like awesome events.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a bunch of different things. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a huge supporter. Mm-hmm. They do seminars all throughout the country. We partner with a company or a nonprofit run by veterans called We Defy, healing PTSD through Jiu-Jitsu as well. So they do amazing work. So look out for those seminars. Got CrossFit activities, so mind, body, soul is behind everything. Got to have everything going forward.
That's amazing.
Hey, Brad, the one I saw was that I find kind of interesting is purple pause for Purple Hearts, where it's warriors, vets, and warriors training service dogs for their fellow vets and warriors.
Yeah, absolutely, right. It's that's the key, is paying it forward, being that success story, and being able to help another veteran out, whether that's through service dogs, training there, acquiring skills. I mean, it's just amazing what veterans can do with the leadership that we gain in the military, and then applying it forward in the civilian community, whether that's to help a veteran in need, or if that's to help Red Cross, or whatever your cause may be, is paying it forward and serving others.
Have you seen that program in full swing, or is that something new?
It is something new. I haven't seen that one personally in full swing. I have seen similar ones to it, and they do great things. I mean, the dogs are teaching the warriors while they're training it, and then being able to pass that on to another veteran in need is huge in the transition, and knowing that it's coming from somebody that cares and loves what they do.
Like it.
I love it. Well,
So we're trying to make it like a one-stop shop a little bit, so you can just come to our site and whatever perks your interest or need, to have all these different resources in one place instead of having to Google the entire internet for what you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Well, Brad, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about Mission 22 and your guys's like just whole like organization, and then also this event coming up, and it's this weekend again, correct?
It is this weekend.
Is it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or just Saturday, Sunday?
So the entire event is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Loretta Lynn. You can check out the schedule of events that are going on there. Specifically for Mission 22 is going to be on Sunday.
Okay. But yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, no, thanks for having us. We love being able to talk about this and get the message out and the word around. It's people that like you that make this happen.
Well, we're going to go on break really quick, so just hang tight for a second. So everybody over on Mixer, Facebook Live, we're going to, like I said, we're going to go on break, and we shall be back here for the third hour in a couple minutes. So, yeah. We'll be back soon. All right,
yourself that everything's gonna be alright. Can you feel that there's a fire burning deep inside? Take the chance, get a better stance, and leave who you are behind. Who you are behind. Just follow your own light and find your place in the sun. Be who you are and don't get beat up for anyone. They can't take away the strength within you. Don't give up now, you've got to seize this moment. And what do you say when all the guilt has faded away? Will you give yourself a chance to say everything's gonna be okay? Can you see that there's not a thing that you can change? Forget the shame, stop taking the blame, and leave who you
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Tell me how it is that a hero needs saving, how he needs that support to keep his roof from caving, holding tight on that 45 as a tear drops from his eye. Picturing his mom is all that's kept him alive, cause he's buried his friends and he's buried his thoughts. Suppress these demons inside until his stomach's in knots. I see you on your knees, so please let me give you hell, pick you up, lift you up and put you on that top
Let me reboot.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We've got Pookie on the line, or we did. But since he lives out in the middle of BF fucking E, so
it's not that bad.
Bum fucking
right?
Egypt. we've got technical issues, which, you know, fucking, he's out in the boondocks. I don't know. So, yeah. So how about fucking Korean Cartman? Yes, I hashtagged it.
They, yeah, about that.
They're getting froggy. They are getting froggy as fuck. We actually talked about this at work today. And
when you can't move around your patient?
no. It was during lunch. Okay, so normally lunchtime for me is about 30 minutes. Like, that's all I get for lunch. Today it was only 15. So, yeah, fuck it, whatever. That being said, during lunch, I kind of got into a discussion, I shall put it, in that someone had mentioned, like, hey, we need to go ahead and strike North Korea first. And I was like, oh, no. No, we don't. And I was like, if fucking, okay, I was like, okay, one, let's just fucking get this shit straight in that we're still at war with North Korea. By, like, technicality, we're still at war with them. We've declared a ceasefire. However, that does not mean that the war is over. So, we're still technically at war with you. So, I mean, you know, there's that. Two, and I argued this. I was like, if we were to strike first, we would have no support from the UN. We would have no support from NATO. We'd have no support from anybody. So there's that. And then I was like, and then three, if they can't handle a fucking goddamn tweet, oh no, Donald Trump said mean things about me. Like, they are the ultimate Kim Jong-un. I'm saying it now. Kim Jong-un is the ultimate liberal millennial. I fucking said it.
That's pretty legit then right there.
Good Lord. Like, man, they said mean things about me. You're declaring war. No, that's not how things work.
It's I mean, he did say that the tweet, constituted an act of war. Or declaration of war.
How is that a declaration of war?
I don't know. Really? If comparing him to a millennial, are you really trying to justify that logic?
I mean, I'm trying, because I'm even with millennial liberals who, like, are all like, Antifa. I try to keep an open mind so I can see where it is that they're coming from. But with him, I'm like, what? How is this a declaration of war if we're still at war with you? One. And then two, you fucking child. Man, the mean words hurt me. Suck a dick. God damn. Sorry.
Allie, if you do find it, drop it in the Mixer chat so I can we can pull that up and everybody can look at it and enjoy it. Oh, she found it. Look at that.
What?
I thought they didn't have internet over there in North Korea.
North Korea threatens electromagnetic pulse attack. Questions over lapses in U.S. grid security rise. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's the. You know what? That's on Fox News. That's what makes that worse. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing they jump to. Not does North Korea have the capability to pull off such a impulsive attack? Do they have a miniaturized weapon that can reach us?
It's just an automatic. No, they're going to.
There's possible lapses in the ability of the power grid to protect itself.
Oh my god.
They don't have a power grid to worry about, so whatever.
Right.
Us.
Oh, us. Okay, so
No, them. I was talking about them.
No, we know they don't have a power grid. I mean, you can see it from the photos of the ISS.
that whole area is dark.
Yeah, it's the darkest region. Even in the Bedouin nations of the goddamn Middle East, there's still more light coming from it than the fucking North Korea.
Right. Good Lord.
So when you pull up the article that Ali dropped in Mixer, there's an automatic video start, obviously.
Yeah.
And the little caption at the bottom says, "Science, fact, or fiction? Could EMP fry American infrastructure?" You know what? I don't even want to read any more of that.
I could debate you scientifically on that, but it's physically impossible to produce an EMP on that large scale with the technology that they have.
Could it be isolated? Yes. But to produce an actual, like what you're saying, Boogie, like one that would wipe out the whole U.S.? No.
I mean, if you want it, I don't want to say this on the radio because, never mind. I'm going to stop because, that's like kind of information that I know and I shouldn't share. So whatever.
Yes. Let's keep it that way.
Right.
So I find that very interesting. And then did you see the propaganda video?
Oh, I know it freaked KJ out. So everyone who doesn't know, I know, poor KJ. Hi, KJ. We've
love you guys.
Right, our staff. Right, we've got a bunch of different chats going off, normally all at the same time, so it can get a little confusing. But I know he messaged one of the chats, and he is like, "Holy shit! They just bombed one of our destroyers." And we're like, "Wait, what?" And then he's like, "Hold on, never mind. It was a propaganda video." It's like, "Oh shit!"
No. Put it like in terms, man. Just like if he thought that, how many other Americans thought that for a split second?
Right? I mean, no. It wasn't a destroyer. It was an aircraft carrier, which is even bigger and more like, "Oh shit, son!" Because then you're like, "Oh, okay. North Korea wants to play ball. Game on." In which case, the rest of the world would have gotten involved.
For this shit to fix.
Do what?
It's gonna literally take a Pearl Harbor for this shit to fucking go down, man. Like we're gonna have to sit back and just wait for them to fuck something up, and when they do, we just go over there and vaporize them,
right,
from outer space.
No, I think I don't think it would take a Pearl Harbor type incident. I don't. It is scary to think that they could, in fact, attack us first by firing a weapon or something at us in that nature that would trigger a response. But I think we would actually, as I think more and more about this and the way U.S. policy has proceeded in the past, is that I truly believe that we would act based on best knowledge available at that time, i.e., imminent,
imminent danger, and then that would
threat to the U.S., its forces, and or its allies.
Would that be enough, though, to justify in the UN's eyes and NATO's eyes and Congress's eyes in order to declare war?
I'm not saying declare war.
Or sorry,
I'm saying preemptive strike to prevent the situation
first. Sorry, right. My bad. But
you necessarily don't need an approval of Congress, and at this point, who would really care what NATO and or the UN thinks if we are acting in good faith and conscience to protect ourselves, our assets, and our allies? So
the first time that they fired a fucking rocket over Japan should have been like the warning right there. I honestly think that.
I agree. However,
we came with sanctions that what do you take from somebody who's already got nothing?
I mean, right?
Their lives.
He's already killing his own people. No. What I'm trying to get at is, look who our president is, and look how much backlash he gets, no matter what he does.
Right, and we've talked about that before.
From our Congress, from the fucking UN, and from NATO. And all of our, how much fucking backlash. So no matter what he does, it's going to be wrong.
Yeah, a man could cure cancer and they'd find a reason why to fucking protest the fact that he cured it.
Right? You're taking money away from Big Pharma or something. Which
I don't know.
And again, we've had this discussion on this very.
No.
Is that it wouldn't matter either way. It wouldn't matter if we were proactive and conducted a first strike based on solid information, or if we got attacked and retaliated, he would still be in the wrong. So he won't win.
So can I ask a question to both of y'all?
Sure.
What would you do?
Ooh. Like if we were president?
Exactly.
Son,
what
there
would
would
you
not
do if
be
you were president right
there
now?
would be no 155 left in the U.S. inventory.
Oh.
So you go the attrition route with the artillery kind of barrage kind of thing. I got you.
Like a
what
big,
about you, mates?
Like, wait, hold on. So
I would try to recommission the Missouri, all the Iowa class battleships, just so I could use the 16-inch guns.
Ooh,
nice.
Because you want to talk about
pew pew pew
American firepower. Nothing speaks to American firepower like a Iowa class battleship and those 16-inch guns firing broadside. That would be my first act. Commission them bastards and get them ready, because them 16-inch guns are going to see action.
Like legit battleships?
Yeah, the Iowa class battleship.
Oh.
Old school battleship, like from the movie.
All four of them. Commission them bastards, get them seaworthy, make their guns ready, and go park them in South Korea. Because them 16-inch guns are Mark 50 Mod 2, I think they are. Some shit like that. I have to look it up.
Like
but
Volkswagen size rounds.
Yeah, basically it's what they are, yeah. And yep. Tomahawk group, no.
Artillery
155 and 16-inch guns, baby.
Now, as far as me, I don't. One, no one in their goddamn right mind would elect me president. So if I'm president, like, y'all done fucked up, because I'm so just. Like, I'm just like, one, I'm super opinionated, and two, I would kind of be super, like, I'm a blunt bitch, okay? So if I don't like somebody, I'm going to be like, I don't fucking like you. You need to take your trashy ass out the room, because your mere presence makes me nauseated, right? So that's the kind of That's the kind of person I am. So everyone's all like up in arms, like, Trump just speaks his mind. Like, God, like, so does everybody else. So again, what is the issue here? But no, okay. So if I were president, I would almost provoke, but like in a in the evil female, like, manipulative way, to where it's not the only person who knows that I'm provoking them would be like me and like my close staff. But like, I'd do like little jabs here, little jabs there, enough to where they would actually then make the first move, so that way I can justify, like, hey, these guys are coming after me. I don't know what to do. Like, I have to go, like, with the big guns and go after them, because if I don't, they're going to come after me even more than what they already have. Help. I'm a weak female. Help. But I think that's what I would do.
She said, hell.
I would use classic female tactics.
And I would go to tinfoil hot route, and I'd reactivate the Star Wars program and vaporize them from outer space. Just to prove the point.
We're building a Death Star.
Fuck yeah! No one is gonna question me afterwards.
Right?
Once
No.
they see an entire nation just vaporize in a split second, they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay."
Right?
These guys are legitimate again.
But no, I don't know. Because I think, honestly, like, let's be honest, we are showing a lot of restraint, considering everything that's been going on.
Definitely.
And I think there's a reason for that. I think there's a purpose for that. And it's to show the world and our own fucking citizens, we're not the fucking bully here. You know, because here recently, especially with how this generation has turned into almost a Vietnam era mindset where any sort of military action is wrong. Doesn't matter what it is or what it's for, it's wrong. So I think that in staying our hand and in not going after North Korea, which by all accounts we could by now, because North Korea has threatened one of our allies, being Japan, shooting a fucking rocket, whether it be over them, you're still shooting it in their direction. To me, that is
Over sovereign space.
Yeah, to me, that is an open threat of, hey, we're gonna fucking come at you, like, we're coming after you, you know?
It's like that whole situation with like a little kid. He keeps trying to touch the hot stove, and you keep smacking his hand like, "Don't touch the hot stove! Don't touch it! Don't touch it!" Eventually, you gotta let him touch it.
Yep.
Meh. Or cut his hand off.
Well, no, that works too.
Just saying.
Right? No, but
I mean, that's the extreme, but yeah.
You never know.
But no, yeah. No, like, you know, like, especially for how impulsive President Trump has been known to be and could potentially be, he has been showing a lot of restraint, and I think that is due to a lot of his cabinet members and a lot of his advisors.
He got Mad Dog Mattis behind him,
He does.
so he's not going to do anything unless the Mad Dog says, "Yeah, go ahead and
Exactly.
do that." That sounds sane, maybe, yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like, to me, that shows the mark of a good leader, of someone who, even though he knows he's in the top seat, he's still going to go around to everyone in, like, his command staff or whatever and be like, what is your opinion? I value your opinion and your expertise on this to help me make the best decision. And so I think he's doing the right thing, and I think he's, by listening to all these men and women around him, because let's face it, like, being president, that's not a fucking easy job. Like, you can't fucking train for that bullshit. In theory, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could run this nation. I probably could. My redneck ass could do it.
Oh my God, do it with your beard.
Oh, bring the beard back. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. So I don't know if you guys have seen Pookie's beard, but good Lord. Oh, I've got dueling banjos somewhere.
Yeah.
Friggin'.
So I saw another interesting article while we're on Asian Cartman.
Yeah.
It,
the Korean Cartman.
is that the assassination of his half brother.
Yes.
That he wanted it to be that public and that gruesome. That he wanted to see people what he was capable of. I thought that was a very interesting article. That's what he wanted, not to be secret and quiet about it, but to let this be known that he is capable of reaching out and like killing people because he doesn't like them or for whatever reason.
I mean, I'm capable of doing that if I really wanted to.
But the weapon of choice is very interesting because it's they're saying it was VX.
What is VX?
VX nerve agent.
It's nasty shit. I'll just say it's nasty shit.
Fucking be nerve agent.
That's a war crime.
Well,
it is.
If you use it in war, yes.
Well, but no, like so if it's not during a time, you leave my wine alone. Thank you. Sorry, my dogs are alcoholics. No, seriously. Okay, so hold on, sidetracked. So Jenna, who's currently asleep at my feet right now, one of the times that she jumped up, she then turned and put her snout into my little goblet right here and started drinking my wine because, again, she's an alcoholic. And then Apollo just now tried to do the same thing except from the other side of the desk.
Oh, can I put a warning out to you?
Yes.
Grapes are toxic to dogs.
Yes, no, I'm aware. Yeah, no, that's why, like, when I don't know if anyone saw it, but I like smacked her. I may have backhanded her. I'm not 100% sure which.
Ooh.
Did like, hey, stop it! Oh, fucking heifer. But okay, so
funny.
Back right. So back to the original subject. What were we talking about?
So yeah, assassination of Kim Jong Un and using the VX and whatnot.
Okay, so question: since it's not during a time of war, wouldn't that be a humanitarian crime?
I don't know. All I know is he killed his half brother with VX.
Humanitarian crime.
I mean, like fucking nerve gases were outlawed. I don't know.
Okay, so
like 2 generations ago.
Let's watch words because words mean things. It's a nerve agent because they smeared it on his face in the liquid form.
Ugh.
I wish I could smear it on his face in a liquid form.
Oh, phrasing.
Phrasing.
Boom.
Yeah.
And Ali's got a good point. Saddam Hussein killed off lots of his family members, and people screamed to stop him. And then Spanky has a great point. She's been through the training, and they do use live VX in that training. Ooh. And the suits work, y'all.
Oh, good. That's good. No, that's right. Spanky used to be Kim.
Yes.
Yes.
Ali, his hair is a crime.
Wait, what?
Apparently, Ali thinks Kim Jong-un's hair is a crime.
It really is. God, where?
It's popular apparently in Asia.
Well, okay, so no. So North Korea, you have five, count them 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, options, right? I plead the 5th, when it comes to your hairstyle. That is one of them. Like, they're only able to have so many hairstyles because why? Communism! Woo! Yay! Lord. Hooray!
Communists.
Ugh.
I can go on like a 3-hour rant about communism, and I'm not going to do it.
Oh, we can do that tomorrow.
Oh, that works.
Right? Oh, okay, so we're going to do housekeeping really quick while we're here. So we got a show every night during the week. So tonight is Tied Up Tuesday with myself, Minx, and then there's Grey Cloud down in that general direction. Tomorrow is WTF Wednesday with Jim Beam and Pookie. However, I'm going to be filling in for Jim Beam, so it's going to be me and Pookie. Yay! Hooray! And then Thursday, we have Sergeant's Time with Ice, Mike Golf, and Doc Madness. Friday is Friday Night Freedom with myself, Minx, and Mud Puppy, which it's not gonna be me because I'm gonna be doing a thing. So we'll figure it out. And then Saturday is Saturday Night Savagery with Jay Reddy, Pookie, and Doc Madness. And then we have a show Monday, which is the Monday edition with Ice and Cuffs. And so we've got some upcoming guests that I'm sure everybody wants to know about. So tomorrow we have Laura Bauer from Operation Family Caregiver. Operation Family Caregiver coaches the families of returning service members and veterans to manage the difficulties they face when they come home. On Thursday this week, we have Keith David from Task Force Dagger. Next Tuesday, we have Nikki Rohrig from Military Working Dog Team Support Association Incorporated. So that's going to be fun. Puppies! And then next Friday, the 6th, we have Brian Jacobs from Vets to Success. So we've got a bunch of guests coming in. I'm excited. It's about time to pick up. Hi, can I help you? So, everyone, this is Apollo. He is a turd eater.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
Sounds like my old red bone.
So I have an update.
Oh?
Going back to speaking of the individual who shall not be named.
Oh, which one? There's like 5 of them.
So going back to Manning.
Okay.
Sauron? Oh,
yes,
okay.
Bradley Manning.
Yes. No, so he has no reporting. He does not have a unit that actually... he does not have an actual unit. There is tracking done by a unit at Fort Sill that has to deal with all those kinds of bullshit people while they await their appeal. And here's the kicker. Remember how I mentioned if he won his appeal?
Yes. Don't say
he automatically promoted to whatever grade he would have been had everything stayed in place, and he will receive immediate back pay.
No.
Yeah. So it could be.
Don't fucking say it. Don't you fucking dare.
Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, no. I mean, okay, so I think that's fucking... Well, okay, one, I think that's bullshit how they do that. Because how do they know he would have passed the promotion board?
Battlefield promotions are different.
The problem is so there. I don't remember how it's written, but calm down. There's a way it is written in the right, because that's what they did with Bergdahl. And that's what they did with
his trial.
They did that with one other individual. He hit the gates to be promoted where he should have been. So.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. So.
Like the punishment is worse for an NCO than it is for a regular old Joe.
And they will always err on the side of the soldier. But he has to win his appeals first.
Which he won't.
Yes.
because there is no excuse for what he did. His actions led to the deaths of many people.
Yes. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's the update.
What do you mean that's neither here nor there?
Well, that's Anyway, yes, Bergdahl was promoted while he was still considered a captive.
That hooker.
Which is typical. That's typical for prisoner of war, anyways.
I mean, in theory.
That was his status at the time.
At the time, was a prisoner of war, so he gets promoted. I guess,
Yes.
but I don't know how that works, but there's some magic voodoo behind it. But whatever.
It
No,
wasn't me.
It's all in regulation.
And with Bergdahl being like the exception to the rule, that should be how it is. You know, it's not their fault. Most prisoners of war, you know, they should consider, you know, still get promoted, you know, at their time of service, you know, their automatic promotions. You know,
And
that's my opinion.
Again, always err on the side of the soldier.
Exactly. And when Bergdahl was still missing, I'm going to say missing.
Missing.
When he was missing, that's the term I'm going to use, you know, now. While he was still missing, you know, that's what we considered him.
Meaning in a Facebook live chat, he wasn't pardoned. His sentence was commuted.
No, I've never looked into a case like, you know, the other M guy. Because that one's new. And I've never actually researched that kind by myself.
I wish we can get a comparison of this compared to like Vietnam era kind of like POWs and see if there's like any correlation. You know, like I'm a math guy, so I like seeing shit like that.
It would be interesting to see the stats on it, and then you compare those to go back towards Korea and then World War II on some of those stats. That would be really interesting, Pookie. But yeah. So, but I did find another interesting story about soldiers. Dumbasses of the week.
Oh, we got more.
Yeah, Kaiser in Germany, K-Town.
Kaiserslautern? No.
Yep. 2 U.S. soldiers deployed from the States are under investigation in the discharge of pepper spray Saturday at the K in Lautern shopping mall, U.S. military officials and German police said. It was not known whether the pepper spray was discharged accidentally or if the soldiers will face criminal charges, Master Sergeant Brent M. Williams, a spokesman for Mission Command Element Atlantic Resolve, said Tuesday. The incident prompted officials to close the first floor of the mall for about 30 minutes, police in K-Town said in a statement. 20 people received medical treatment for breathing difficulties, though no one was admitted to the hospital, police said. Williams said reports indicate that a pepper spray canister discharged while in possession of one of the two soldiers while they were at the retail store. He said the soldiers left the location and reported what happened to their chain of command. The soldiers were also treated for injuries sustained in the incident, Williams said. K-Town police previously said one of the soldiers was arrested, but Williams could not confirm that. He said the two soldiers were referred to the provost marshal. The soldiers are deployed to Eastern Europe to train with NATO allies, but Williams declined to name the soldiers' units in the States. That's awesome. They're not even stationed in Germany. They're just there for training. They're TDY.
God. That's not good. like that's real. That's not good.
Seriously.
Public
why are you
relations,
carrying pepper spray in
fuckers.
Germany?
What?
Why are you carrying pepper spray around in Germany?
Right. Well, I mean, Germany's gotten kind of froggy here recently with the influx of all these refugees.
What's her name? Myrtle?
Yes. Who?
Yeah, she's fucking Germany up.
Yeah, she's fucked over Germany. So all these refugees refuse to, adapt to German culture. While I was stationed in Germany, actually, there was almost like a protest from a high density Muslim population in Munich who were protesting the wear of the Drindles during Oktoberfest.
So, God forbid you adapt to a culture, but I gotta adapt to your culture.
Yeah.
I don't understand this PC bullshit.
No, that's how it works.
Me fucking heated sometimes.
I mean, no, but that's how it works, right? Which is why, when trans people like Bradley Manning come out and say, hey, I want to be addressed as a female because you addressing me as a male offends me, I fire back with, well, you wanting to be addressed as a female offends me, so now what do we do? Because to me, you're still a dude. Because, again, you're...
Scientifically.
your DNA says
XY man.
XY. Such as your Twitter name.
It's XY, Chelsea. I'm sorry, I messed it up.
You know? So, again, I'm not going to refer to you as Chelsea since you are Bradley, given that that's the name on, one, your birth certificate, and two, you have a dick. And so why do I have to bend and conform to you? And that's the only way, like, that's the only option.
I'm going to drop my 2 cents here. Let him have a sex change. Therefore, it prevents him from polluting the gene pool.
You say that.
I was going to say, you say that. We don't...
Do they preserve balls now? Do they preserve testicles now? Is that the new thing?
They can. But at the same time, you would want your testicle. Okay, so the testes. That's where testosterone gets produced, right? Which it's, again, like, that's where the name fucking comes from. So for those individuals who are male, who are born male, transitioning to female, like our friend Bradley Manning, they would want their testicles removed to eliminate the production of testosterone in their bodies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
You know, so then, because he is always going to have to take estrogen because he does not have ovaries. I'm sorry.
So my question is, could I get an implant of extra testicles to make myself more of a man?
I mean, you can actually get a third nut.
Why would you want to?
Well, no. Hear me out.
Well, testicles.
Hear me out. So, a lot of the times, older gentlemen who have a hard time getting it up, right, and who don't want to take drugs in order to get an erection, they will get a penile implant. Now, something that I recently learned, because I've always been under the impression that getting a penile implant, the male loses all of his sensitivity and all of his feeling, and it's strictly for her pleasure, right? Ribbed for her pleasure. However, I've recently learned that's not the case. The dude still feels everything. He's still going to be able to get off. But one of the ways to inflate said implant is with, like, this little ball that you, like, go with, right? And you gotta
you pump up juice?
Yeah, you gotta pump it up. And so in theory, you could get a third testicle in that it's actually the pump to inflate your penile implant.
Oh my God.
I killed
So how much does this cost?
I don't know. But I think I broke Gray Cloud.
Oh God!
I'm more serious about this.
All I could think about is the pump shoes that were so big in like the 80s and early 90s.
Right?
It's so big, right?
But yeah, no, that's how they do it. I saw one the other day, and I was so curious. I like sat there, like it wasn't even my room, and I like watched for like 10 minutes. I'm like, because like,
did you get another ball?
Yeah, he did, but no, this
I want to know more.
This dude's penis was quite literally filleted open. Yeah.
Ouch. I don't think I want my penis filleted open, but okay.
I mean,
Let's keep hearing.
they've got to though. Hey, stop
Oh my
it.
god.
I want to hear the story. I mean, all right, I'm all ears right now.
Okay. Well, no.
Oh my god.
You settle down.
Here you go. Now think about Gordon Ramsay describing it.
Well, okay, so.
Your noodle is so limp. There's nothing that can fix this.
Oh my god. No, okay, so they like fillet it open, right? And then, so the two tubes that run on the side, like, you know, that engorge with blood and therefore form the erection, right?
Yeah.
Those.
I pulled those.
Fucking great cloud.
Oh
It's
my
serious.
god. It gives them a new meaning to blow a gasket.
So anyways, those tubes kind of get not fully replaced, but like these bags kind of get pushed through them. It's a really gory, like you're just like,
The
oh.
way we weld like shit together when we're working on a transmission. Okay, I understand. That makes sense.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my dogs are fucking being bad right now. Yes,
Ugh.
they're being bad.
Wow, this conversation took an interesting turn.
I know, right? Medical minutes
Rabbit
with
hole.
Minx.
Take the blue pill. Take the blue pill.
No. Both of you bitches are being bad right now.
Blue pill.
Or she did say that, didn't she?
What? What did I say? I'm sorry, I was
You said
disciplining my dogs.
bitches are being bad. Stop being bad.
They
I was like,
are.
that's what he said. And I was like, no, never mind. That's what she said.
They are. They're being so bad right now. Like, they're never like this during the show. And you're being bad.
So on a good note, on a positive note, with everything that's going on in the world, and
there's
after the aftermath of
positive
Hurricane
shit?
Irma.
Good stories. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry, apologies. Is the USNS Comfort is heading towards Puerto Rico.
Oh, good. Awesome. That is amazing.
Yep. Let's see here. Announced late Tuesday. Identified going forward. Blah blah blah. I'm trying to see if it's got a timeline on when it would arrive.
Like I'm gonna go on a rant real quick, a short rant, not too long, but those are American people in Puerto Rico, and no, the news isn't even covering that shit. They're more worried about the NFL bullshit. So while you're worried about the NFL shit, you got American citizens suffering without water, without gasoline, without food, and we're all more worried about some other bullshit. That's the way the media works. But I'm done.
Yeah, no, you bring up a good point. But that's, you look at, and I hate to say it, again, it goes back to love him or hate him. Trump can control the narrative, good or bad. He's able to control basically what's on the news, whether it be negative or positive for him, either way. But he can control the stories. He controls the news cycle. Think about that. During the election cycle itself, they valued his actual airtime at over $1 billion
Oh my
of
God.
free airtime that he was getting.
Shit.
Just because he knows how to manipulate it.
Yeah, basically because he knew how to work the news cycle to his advantage. I mean, think about it. He throws out some bombastic tweet, something out of left field, like the NFL thing. Look how long that's consumed the news cycle. What is it, 72 hours after he threw out that tweet?
We're still talking about it.
And everybody's still talking about it.
I brought this up a while ago. It was like when I heard like the whole situation going down, it was more along the lines of like, what are we not seeing was the question that I was asking. Like, what's going on right now that we don't know about from the news?
Right, and what's going on in the news? The healthcare bill is going to fail that they're trying to pass, right? Lord only knows if they're going to get past this continuing resolution, if they're actually working towards a new budget before the end of December, I think it is. But that the USNS is finally now steaming towards Puerto Rico. Now I got it. There could be logistical concerns. What give the benefit of the doubt to the planners and whatnot that control those ships and whatnot. So if they're waiting on a path of the hurricane to clear Puerto Rico, if they're waiting on to see what direction that the storm is, the tropical cyclone, the storm is going to turn before they deploy it, then I got it. I can understand that. But, announce those things. Make it known.
My tinfoil hat is tingling right now.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love tinfoil hats.
It's like, why would you leave one of your protectorants? So I mean, Puerto Rico should have been a state a long time ago, I honestly think. But whatever. Why would you leave?
That's a whole other thing that
yes,
we don't have time for tonight. Oh, here it is. On Tuesday, the Navy said it would have the Comfort underway within the next 96 hours. So it'll get rolling here, and hopefully within the next 4 days, it'll be steaming towards Puerto Rico.
Why wasn't there an airborne division deployed to drop relief efforts into Puerto Rico? That's my question.
Oh, like generators?
Generators, food, water, whatever. You can drop whatever the hell you want to through a goddamn airplane.
Right? I'm pretty sure I've seen a tank on one of those bitches. So...
I mean, Boss Daddy would probably understand more about that, but you could be dropping cows down to give people milk. That's the way I understand it.
Well,
cows,
airborne cows.
I don't think that's a thing.
If I was president,
airborne cows, bitches.
Airborne cows.
Oh my god.
I'd win an election just for stupidity.
Wow, you know what? I'd vote for you.
See there. I got one vote. I'm gonna win the election now.
I am taking control of your Twitter. Just saying, you and Minx both.
Okay.
If either of y'all get elected, I got your Twitters. I made that comment earlier. No,
I'm eligible in 2020, so let's do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, y'all youngins! I've got your Twitters. Just saying.
Good, because I don't understand Twitter. I don't know anything about Twitter. I think I have an actual Twitter handle. I can't tell you what it is.
I go to Twitter for the TV shows.
For the what?
Butchering the English language.
No, seriously, I go to Twitter for all of my TV show updates because it's the best because, the actual writers and stuff like to get on there and talk about them. Yep, that's where I go for it. That's the only reason why I have Twitter. Don't tell anybody.
Why?
Seriously.
I call it twatter.
So why wouldn't they do that with Facebook?
I don't know. Maybe because
it seems like, we've already got a platform.
I really don't know. But all the directors and shit will give you all sorts of spoilers and stuff there, and that's why I follow them all. And yeah, that's my thing with Twitter.
I mean, I've already had to deal with MySpace, and I already got hooked on Facebook. I don't need another one. I mean, I'm getting too old for that shit.
Aren't we the same age, Pookie?
I think me and you joined the army at the same exact time and left at the same exact time. So yes, we might be the same age.
Lord.
We're like twins.
Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Maybe I should run on the same ticket, and then I only have one Twitter account to worry about.
Yes, Pookie, let's do it.
You just lost my vote.
Binary kind of thing, one person's one personality, another person's another personality, but we're the same, some weird shit. Get all the liberals on board with it.
Right. Oh my god, that would be so dumb. But they would totally do it.
They would eat into it.
They would. Oh my god. They would eat into that shit.
Oh God, you guys are terrible.
Oh no, this is gonna be good. I'm excited for tomorrow.
This is how the art of war was written.
Throw darts at a wall. Or wait.
No, that's how I would wage war. Like, hey, Mattis, can I go after them? Oh, I can? Eee!
Throw darts at a wall. What are we doing today?
Right.
We'll see. We do every night, Pinky.
Yes. See, you know.
So Moore wins Alabama runoff.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So there was an Alabama special election.
Oh.
Roy Moore, the Republican, defeated Luther Strange. Strange was the one that was being backed by Trump.
Strange was wait, what?
Yep. So there's the special runoff for this for Senate seat in Alabama, and Senator Luther Strange lost to Moore. I'm trying to find his Roy Moore. A quick quote from Moore is Trump didn't support me, but I support him. Yeah, it's somewhat of a positive, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Party lines and all that other stuff, and blah blah blah.
What, Pookie?
Isn't it like really early for election time?
Yeah. So special elections can happen at any time. That's up to the state to decide. Yeah.
Again, going on this rant about you got the most important election going on right now, and the news don't even cover it. It's called like the 2017, 2018 fucking elections going on, and that's like our Congress people that are all retarded.
20 is the midterms. Yes.
Yes. Vote them all out and vote every last one of them. Don't give a shit who it is. Just get rid of them.
Yeah.
And this goes back to the conversation we were having in the first hour, is that people say, well, there's nothing we can do and blah blah blah, and I call bullshit on it, because people need to learn to read up on their election laws in their own states and get involved with that. And here we go again. And get involved with that and learn what it takes to recall your representatives and your senators, because you can vote them out in the middle of their term. If you don't like the way they're conducting business, fucking do something about it. Learn how to make it happen in your community and in your state and in your district. Make it happen. Be that voice. Everybody wants to bitch about change. Everybody wants to say, oh, there's nothing we can do. I want to be this change. Well, fucking be that change. Damn.
Vote the people you want that are in there. That's how it works.
And rant, are you sure?
Yes.
You sure? Great class.
For now.
Can I poke you?
Oh, for now.
More?
Oh.
I'm sure.
Can I poke you?
Pookie wants to poke you. Should I leave you guys alone?
Oh my god, that sounds sexy as shit. But no. No. I mean, like, I was trying to find a way to poke him some more. I like him ranting.
Right? Yeah, no, he's a good ranter. So, I just found something. Y'all motherfuckers are nasty.
What?
Just,
I'm
okay.
sorry. It's probably me. I'm sorry.
So, sexual transmitted diseases in U.S. surge to a record high.
Put a fucking rubber on your fucking clubber.
Right? Oh, God. Okay. So, STDs surged to a record high in the U.S. last year with more than 2 million cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis nationwide. It is the highest. It is the highest number ever. So the annual STD surveillance report released today by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Most of the new cases, 1.6 million new cases in 2016, involved chlamydia, which is a bacterial infection which infects both men and women. Gonorrhea also increased among men and women last year, but the steepest rise was among men at 22%. Nationwide, gonorrhea cases reached almost 500,000, with a large scale of new gonorrhea cases among men who have sex with men. These trends are, quote, particularly alarming, unquote, because the growing threat of gonorrhea becoming resistant to the last recommended treatment. Oh, syphilis cases numbered about 28,000, a rate that has increased nearly 18% from 2015 to 2016. Most of the cases of syphilis occur among men, mainly gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men. So again, either gay or bisexual.
Rubbers.
Because women saw a 36% increase in rates of syphilis. There are more than 600 cases of syphilis among newborns, known as congenital syphilis, a 28% increase in a single year. These syphilis cases led to a more than 40 deaths and severe health complications among newborns. Every baby born with syphilis represents a tragic systems failure, said Gail Bowen, director of CDC's Division of STD Prevention. Good Lord. Y'all need to fucking wrap that shit up.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Where was the majority of these tests? I'm sorry. I'm fucking up right now. Where were the majority of these tests taken?
I'm not sure, but words are hard, huh?
Yeah, words are hard. I'm sorry. Yes, they get hard sometimes.
Words are hard. It's
like
just
narcissistic.
It just says nationwide. It doesn't say a specific
So that study
area.
could be in like downtown Chicago or downtown.
No. Listen, it's a nationwide thing. So from California to fucking Virginia, it's the entire nation. This is how many cases have been reported. Fuck.
All right. Well, is there demographics behind this?
No.
If I don't mind asking. Okay, of course not.
Ugh. Just.
I don't want to be an asshole. I'm done tonight.
No, it's fine. Just that's disgusting. As like the thing though that really alarms me is that gonorrhea has mutated to the point where the last possible option to cure it, because remember, it is curable, or at least it has been, but it has now mutated to the point where even the last possible option to cure it is now no longer working.
It's like that whole that super lice that's going around too, not to freak people out. I hate the L word, but yeah, there's super lice going. Yeah, super lice going around. Ugh, freaks me out. But
Well,
apparently,
you've
you
got a
get
lot
it, you
here.
can't get rid of it.
Ugh. Well, I mean, that's just like any other bacterial infection. People go and get antibiotics for everything now. And and they don't follow the directions as far as taking all of your antibiotic all the way to the end, even if you are no longer showing symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
You finish your goddamn
There you go.
antibiotic. Most people don't do that. Most people will only take it until their symptoms go away, and then I don't fucking need these
There you go.
anymore. And
Super bug.
And so these bacteria are mutating, which is what's happening with MRSA and and fucking gonorrhea now, apparently. But okay, so there's that. And then are we going to just ignore the fact that syphilis causes insanity? Like,
It does. Actually, it does.
It
yes,
does.
Wow. Wow. I haven't heard that in a while. Yes, it does. It causes people to go ape shit.
it does. And yet this is on the rise, and newborns are being born with fucking a syphilis infection. Like, this is not good. Like, when did the whole like movement stop of safe sex? When did that stop? Can we get that going back again? Because no.
Can I just like be the devil's advocate and ask,
Yes.
when do we stop dropping our children off the side of a cliff when they were deformed? You know, like, I mean, okay. I mean, I want to be the devil's advocate here. I mean, it's funny, but I mean, we used to do that shit.
I know we did. Like, if there's anything wrong with them, we'd be like, well, good luck, and like leave them out in the wild and be like, oh, wolf's gonna eat tonight. I don't know what to tell you, but
Wolf wind up with syphilis.
great. Oh my god. Like, Benjamin Franklin had it. That's probably why he wasn't fucking insane.
Didn't Hitler have syphilis?
I'm not sure. I mean, he was fucking insane.
He was a meth head.
He might have. He was a meth head. That's why he had all those tremors and like outbursts and stuff. But they also thought he was beginning stages of Parkinson's, which is another reason why he was having all those tremors. But then again, he went fucking insane, which is why they're like, oh, he may have had syphilis. We're not fucking sure. I do know that he was fucking his niece. Yeah.
Cute. That's sexy. I mean, that's like some shit I get down with. All right, that's cool. All right, whatever. There you go. Redneck life, man. Come on.
I got nothing on that one. Holy shit.
Out in the boons.
Is he a third or fourth cousin at least?
It's got to be at least 27th cousin for me.
Oh, okay. 27th.
Yes, at
Well,
least
that's
the 27th
good.
cousin.
But yeah. Well, shit. That's the end of our show, you guys.
Well, Stefan just dropped a piece of knowledge in the mixer
What
chat.
did he say? What did he
Huh?
say? I can't
Adolf
see it.
Hitler's tremors and irregular heartbeat during the last years of his life could have been symptoms of tertiary late-stage syphilis, which would mean he had syphilis infection for many years, along with another doctor, Theodore Morel, diagnosed the symptoms as such by early 1945 in a joint report to SS head Heinrich Himmler.
So syphilis causes Nazis. There we go.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great correlation.
Right. Well,
Or causation.
thank you,
Hey, my
everyone.
correlations are better than the mainstream media right now, so whatever.
Hey. It's time for bed.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's that
It
time,
is.
ain't it?
It is. So, Pookie, Grey Cloud, thank you guys so much for coming on the show tonight.
Well, yeah.
I had fun. I know, Grey Cloud, like, you're obligated because, like, you know, this is your night. But, Pookie, thanks for coming on.
Oh,
Well,
I
thanks for
love
joining us,
being
Spooky.
with you on your show and everything, so it works out.
So, yeah. So, I will see all of you guys tomorrow for WTF Wednesday. And, yeah. It was a
Oh,
good
we do
show.
get to hang out tomorrow, don't we?
We do.
Woo!
I know, right? Ah! We're gonna burn this place to the ground. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But all right, we will see you guys tomorrow night, and have a great rest of your Tuesday, and have a good Wednesday. Take care, you guys. Bye.
get it together, I gotta stay in tune. Seems time's against me, but I hate to rush. Gotta keep it between the lines until I hit the